Your favorite besties are back for another episode of No Ma'am. I'm your host, Willie Will, and this is my co-host.
Jhoany, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single episode of No Ma'am.
All right, friends. Today we're diving into RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17, Episode 9, the Betsey Johnson Fashion Collection Challenge. We're talking about punk, grunge flappers, prom couture, and some creations that'll have you screaming, yes, ma'am, and others, no, ma'am. But the real question is, who's going to rise to the occasion and who's going to fall flat on their ass on the runway? Who knows? But we're breaking it all down this episode. So, shall we get into the episode?
Yes, please.
All right, so the episode starts off on the cusp of Sam Starr's second win, and Acacia forgot's elimination by Corey King and her wig. No shade, but Corey King's wig eliminated Acacia Forgot.
I would like to formally apologize to Acacia because I didn't realize I was pronouncing her name wrong the whole episode last week. Kept saying Akasha. My bad, girl. My bad.
Yeah, you kept saying Akasha. But I mean, no fault to you because we did just come off our Black Girl Magic episode. And so obviously you still had like that fresh in the brain because we did talk about Akasha in one moment in retrospect to BB. So maybe that's probably why. But
Yeah,
yes, you kept saying
I will
Akasha.
blame it on that. I will blame it on that.
But yes, Corey's wig eliminated Acacia Forgot. But no shade, I think it was Acacia Forgot's time to go, right? She kept fading into the background. In my opinion, I think once queens start to do that, then that's when you know like their storyline has run stale and it's their time.
Yeah, I agree.
We also see that the girls are over Sam Starr talking about how much she has changed. But in Sam's defense, I think she has to talk about it because she has found a new Sam Starr. Like, Samantha has turned over a new leaf. So she's free. Like, she has unclenched her asshole.
Yeah,
She's, like, free now.
honestly, it's very reminiscent of Trinity, like her drag mom on season 9. Because first half season 9, it was very, very, very like locked into like that pageant world and that pageant aesthetic of drag. And it wasn't until that episode, I think it was the acting challenge, where she just went balls to the walls with the comedy, that she was like, wait, I can be funny.
Right.
And
It's
then we
literally
really
happening all
started to
over
see
again.
like Trinity flourish. And by the end of like, I mean, by the end of season 9, I was full on rooting for Trinity to talk.
Yes.
Trinity Taylor.
At that time, she was Trinity Taylor.
Yeah.
And then she came back with the rebrand on All Stars 4 as Trinity the Tuck. And she has been Trinity the Tuck ever since. And so, yes, I get to see like the parallels, which I think is fun. I think is also really cool. Because one thing what I don't like is I don't like when producers kind of pin the pageant queens in a box and think because they're so prim and proper that they can't, be a little edgy and outside the box. And then I don't like them just to run that storyline to the ground, right? It's like, can she be edgy? We want to see more like grit. But yet they only say that to the pageant queens, but don't say that to like everyone else, right? It's very weird sometimes with production. But the girls are over it. In particular, Arietti. She has a lot to say about Sam's newfound, I would say, release of personality. And to me, I'm like, but if it's okay for Arietti to do it, why is it not okay for the other girls to do it? I'm confused.
I mean, Ariete always has something to say though. That's just Ariete. That's why we love her.
Yeah,
The bitch is
true. Yes.
the bitch is a pop star.
She is. But a part of me, like, I don't know, sometimes I think her personality is off putting. And I don't know what it is.
I live for it because it's giving me like Latina telenovela, the
Yes,
telenovela
very
villain.
much.
So I live for it. I love me some Ariete, and I love her stirring the pot in Southern Room.
Yes. I mean, she is turning into be the villain of the season. So maybe the second villain. Because
Who'd
I
be the
think there may be
first?
another Susie.
Yeah.
Susie's the
I think
real villain.
Susie,
No
Susie,
shade.
yeah. And I think we're seeing that develop. I mean, I kind of love that. And I might be dragged for this, but I kind of want to see her downfall. Just not because I dislike Susie at all, but just because I think it'd be great television. And I think this was really going to get me canceled. I want to see her fans get pissed off. That's it. I don't know. I live for that. I don't know. I want to see her fans crash out. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of live when that happens, but keep it professional, guys. Keep it nice. Don't start sending the girls death threats when
Right.
if they eliminate her.
Right. Yes. True. But besides that, obviously besides the girl like going up for Sam Star and some of them a little pressed, we see that this is to me, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this may be the first time we've had three queens with two wins in a season,
Yeah,
all at the same time.
at least I feel like this in like the first half of the season, or I don't even know if this is technically considered still the first half season, but like at least I think at this point, yes. I don't know if it definitely feels kind of weird, but in a good way, because I hate when a queen just dominates the season and you can tell who's gonna win.
You
That's
know,
not
I said
fun.
at the last recap, I hate a Sasha Kobe season, and no shade to Sasha Kobe, but we knew she was going to win from as soon as she stepped into the workroom,
No,
and
we
even
knew
the
she was
queens
good.
knew she was going to win.
We knew she was gonna win when she was announced.
True,
As soon
but
as that
yes,
Meet the Queens came out.
that's so true. But like, oh, honestly, I wonder who will be the first queen out of like Susie, Sam Star, and Anya Nerve to get that third win, if any of them would get a third win.
I was about to say if they get a third win, it might also be a thing where Ariete, Lexi, and Jules all get two wins, and then we're going into the later end of the season with six queens with two wins. I think that would be really fun and
That would be.
unprecedented.
Yes. I mean, it would be unprecedented, but it would be really great for the 17th season of the regular season of RuPaul's Drag Race. I think that would be great to have six queens with two wins. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
and then
Because
it's
next
like,
week it's the roast. So as anyone could be a little funny and roast the bitches.
yeah, and
So
then sometimes the queens you'd expect to do really good end up flopping really hard.
this is true. And we've seen that in Snatch Game. Susie.
Susie,
So that's so bad. Oh my god, not us like throwing shade at the
I do
tube
not
strikes.
hate Susie. I just live for a crash out on TV. That's all I'm
We
saying.
love a crash out. We really
Yeah.
do. We love a crash out. So Rue comes in the workroom and she lets the queens know that the library is open. And we get one of our favorite mini challenges, the reading
Yes.
challenge.
Yes.
So which out of so what was some of your favorite reads from the girls?
Did it hurt when Marsha P. Johnson threw you? I died. It took me a minute. It took me like a couple seconds to realize what that was because I don't know why it just didn't come into my head. But once I got it, I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. It was, I think, Lexi to Corey.
Yes.
Uh, and then I also really, damn, Anya, I think, to
Anna?
Lana. Thank you. Most girls come to Drag Race to start their careers. Lana came here to end it. That was hilarious to me.
Yes.
I love that one. And actually,
I wasn't a fan of Lexi's though. I didn't think Lexi's joke was funny.
I thought it was funny. It made me chuckle. But also, Jewel's rebuttal to, I think it was Ariete. Was it Ariete?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it
with the
was.
Stones runway. And she's like, your jokes are not funny. I
Yes.
died. I died.
Yes. I put that in my
Jules,
notes.
Jules
That
is
was
so
good.
witty and so quick with the comebacks. I love it.
I also put that in my notes too. So yes, one of my standouts was Anya to Lana Del Rey. Right, you said it. She was like, most queens come here to like start their careers. Lana came here to end it, to end hers. I thought that was cute. Yes, Jules saying, "But your jokes aren't funny," was really cute. That was a good rebuttal. It reminded me of season 11 when all the girls started reading each other because the reads were so bad that they had to just
God.
read each other. Like, that was
I'm just
funny.
happy we got a decent reading challenge because I feel like it's been a while since we got one. Like a good one.
Yes, yes. And this was like mediocre at best because some of them fell flat, but as a whole, it was very refreshing to see another like a decent reading challenge.
Yeah.
Another one that stood out to me was Lana to Sam Star, and she was like, Sam Star, you remind me of my favorite Batman character, Two Face. I
I
thought that was cute.
I mean, I guess
You
this
you
also
liked
kind of
Lexi's joke, and Lexi's joke was not funny.
the critique I was about to give that joke was that it feels very generic, and I tend not to like the generic. It's like reads that could kind of apply to anyone. Like
Yes.
I find that it's kind of lazy. But as I was about to say that, I'm like, wait, that can kind of apply to Lexi's too. Even though, let's be real, Corey is a fucking brick. So it was very fitting, but I guess it kind of applies to her too a little bit.
Right. Another one that I thought stood out to me in the best way was Susie to Lana. And she was like, Lana Jure, at this point, all you can do is. And so Lana was like, laugh. And she was like,
This,
disappoint the judges. That was really funny to me because that's the phrase, right? Oh, at this point, all you can do is laugh. Like, that's, we know that. But the fact that she said, all you can do is disappoint the judges, that was good.
I think what made it funnier was Nana so confidently about to say laugh, and then like it goes the
Yes,
other way. I thought that was really funny.
yes, yes. Another one, you probably won't like this because you probably think it's so cheesy, but was Sam Star to Anya saying, Miss Anya Nerve, your pads are so lumpy that you don't have a silhouette. You have a silhouette?
I thought it was
I
cute.
thought
It
I
gave
thought
me
that
a
was cute.
chuckle just because it was cheesy and stupid. It gave me a chuckle.
Or well, how about Sam saying, Miss Lexi Love, I don't think it's fair when people call you a whore. Because, I mean, at your age, no one is paying for that.
They need to stop coming for Lexi's age.
That, I thought that was cute too,
It
because,
was
like,
cute.
what?
But
Like,
let's
she's
be
old, so
real,
no one
none
is
of
paying for her anymore.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it was cute. Again, a lot of them were cute. They were just a little generic. They don't stand up to the great reads that we've had. It's
Legs
not
and dairy?
legendary. Was the barbecue canceled? Your girl is fucked up. I
Like,
mean, you
your other
know,
face.
I'm
Take that
pretty
makeup
sure.
off your face. Oh, that is your face. Your other face. Like, what?
Or heavy is the head that wears the crown, and heavier is the body. Oh, I love that one. My favorite. I think I've mentioned it here several times. Uh, Drag Race Down Under season one, Art Simone to etc. etc. A recap on pronouns, etc., etc. Out of drag goes by they, them pronouns, for example. They haven't been in the top, so we won't be seeing them in the final. And you know it's a good read when Rue has to bend over and her lip quivers when she's laughing. That's when you know
Yes.
it's a good fucking read.
Yes, that one was good. Or for me, I liked Jada's read to Trinity the Tuck. Trinity is the realest bitch I know from the neck up. I thought that was fun.
No, from the
That was
knees up.
cute. Did she do the knees? I thought she did the
Yeah, from
neck
the
up.
knees. It was from the knees up. Girl,
Okay.
really? No shade, Trinity, but really?
I'm just saying. I thought she said from the neck up.
No, from the knees up, girl.
No, because I was like, okay, yes, that maybe, yeah. Or maybe she said the waist up because
No, it was definitely knees.
it's the
It was
knees?
definitely knees,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought that was good. Or like Jada is the only bitch we know that won Drag Race from like a Zoom call. Like there was like Jada, look over there. It's the
It's the
exit.
exit.
Season All Star 7 has some really good reads too. Like that was, but we've had some really good like reading challenges. And so this was kind of like meh, right? If we had to judge it, but it was very refreshing that it wasn't a reading challenge where we were like, seriously?
And it was
You like you
very,
had to do this. So
and I think it was refreshing that they didn't recycle other reads like some girls have previously in other seasons.
true, 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 true. Yes. And this one, obviously, sometimes you can know who's gonna win the reading challenge because
So you always
they're
know.
the ones that you'll see more of their reads, right? Like so you'll see them get more. And but this one they did a little fake out. If you
They did with,
notice, they did with Jules and Susie.
yeah, I did, yeah. So that was kind of nice, but I feel like you can still
Yeah.
kind of tell it was going to go to Susie.
I thought it could have been to Jules too though. And then
I
maybe a little bit of
so
Sam because they gave her a little bit more time as well.
so the reason I say that was because I thought Jules was funnier, but the way it was edited, I felt like it was edited to make Susie look funnier.
Okay. I get to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh, they're giving it to Susie. I'm not
Yes.
saying that her reads weren't good. I just personally thought Jules was funnier.
Oh, I thought Jules was funnier, like hands down. And her banter towards like Arietti, her rebuttal was
Yeah,
amazing.
I think that's what should
That
have
was
given
good.
her the win, honestly.
But we see that Susie Toot is the winner of the mini challenge, and she wins $2,500, and she gets a little bit of power too. And I'm going to go into that. But this week's Maxi Challenge, the queens are celebrating the fabulous, fabulous, fabulous ally that she is, fashion designer Betsey Johnson, with another design challenge. That's right. This is design challenge number 3. It's giving me season 3 vibes all over again because season 3 had a design challenge like every other week. Some
Yeah,
girls was designing something.
and you could tell by the end, those girls were like, fuck this design. Like, they were over it. They were over it. Like, they were exhausted by the end of it. And I live for it. That season three is one of my favorite seasons. This so far is not living up to that. But I like the design challenges. I wanted to give them another one by
Yes.
the end.
Well, I mean, we still have a whole season left, like a whole another half of the season left. So I'm sure there will be another design challenge. But like I said, Susie gets some power. So because she won the mini challenge, she gets to pick which group she would like to design a collection for. And so the groups are, we have Punk Grunge Flappers, we have Betsey's Prom, and we have Prenup. And I mean, if you've been following Susie Toot, if you follow our recaps of Susie Toot, then you know Susie's going to choose Punch Grunge Flappers. Like, I mean,
Scrunch.
like it's in the name, Flappers. She's going to choose that. And that's exactly what she did. She chose the Flapper group. She also gets the power to choose the queen who chooses next. And so I thought that was also a really interesting kind of power that
Girl,
she
the
had.
producers were producing.
They
The
really
producers
were.
want the Emmy.
They really do. They really do. They're like, we're not getting edged out by the traders this time. So Susie picks Lydia, who picks obviously the same team, Punk Grunge Flappers. But here we have the first face crack
And that was
of
a
the
face crack,
choosing.
girl.
And
That
it
was
was
a
a
face
face
crack.
crack.
That's got to be honestly one of my favorite face cracks of all time. Her picking Lexi and Corey instantly being like, damn. Like so loudly too, like damn. And then
But that was
Susie,
face crack number one.
Susie afterwards having to be like, is your boyfriend not gonna be mad? She's like, oh fuck. Like this bitch forgot.
Yeah, she did. She pulled the Acacia forgot and she forgot.
And
That was crazy.
Lexi's confessional made it even funnier. She's like, oh girl, I know I do not look like Corey Black. Corey King, sorry. Oops.
Not yesterday being the last day of Black History Month. We cannot. Oh
Oops.
my God. Not
But I
Corey
thought that was really
Black.
funny. Like Lexi being like,
Yes.
girl.
That she's not Black.
Yeah.
So Lexi goes up next and she picks Prenup and she chooses Sam, who also decides to choose Prenup, right? The Prenup collection, which I thought was good. Sam, in turn, she picks Jules, which is obvious in the same drag family. But what I thought was really interesting was the head nod and the wink that they gave each other.
No, we were texting each other right away. We were like, I need to know what that was about. Miss Trinity taught them a secret language or something. She knew what she was doing. They looked at each other
Listen,
like, bitch, you know what to
yep,
do. I lived
yes.
for it. I think it
I
was
mean,
maybe, for me, I'm thinking maybe it was like a moment of them being like, don't choose the same one. I don't know.
but I think it was like, bitch, you better play this game. That's
Or
what I think
yeah,
it
that
was.
too. Like I don't know. There's so much. The fact that they kept it in and made it so obvious.
Yes.
Like there's something going on there. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I live for it. I wonder if we'll see more of that play out as the episodes go on.
Yes, but I thought it was very intentional. And I was like, that was like code for bitch, you better play this game and you better
Yeah.
choose right. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I think it was don't choose the category that I'm in, right? Because we know
That.
that if you think of it, that would have been the best one for Jules to pick
Yeah.
because that prenup collection was really great, right? But also, I think Sam was looking at Jules like, bitch, don't also pick Betsy's prom. Like, be really smart with that.
I think that's what
So,
it was. It's like don't play it safe.
yes,
Like don't play it safe.
yeah,
That's what I was
bitch,
kind of. Yeah.
you better play this fucking game.
Yeah.
I mean, they're drag grandma and the drag mom does not have 11 wins for no reason.
Exactly. The most
So,
wins out of Drag Race
like,
history.
hello. She doesn't have the most wins for no reason. And I also think that's probably why, like, Jules and Sam sometimes get a lot of hate, right? From, like, a lot of, like, the fans because they come from, like, such an iconic drag queen.
It's
And I think, like, that's why. You cannot deny that Trinity the Tuck is one of the greatest drag queens to come off that show.
I mean, yeah, but it's not their fault. So I hate when people fault them for that. Like, yes, Trinity might have given them a lot of support and trained them and given them the tools that they need to be successful. But at the end of the day, it's what they do with those tools and that advice that was given to them. Like, no shade, but like, let's say, like, if Joella was in their shoes, like, do you really think Joella would perform to their level?
It's true, but I just don't want. I think sometimes, right? And if you look at it, right, because I've been seeing a lot of discourse online, like anytime like a Jules is in the top or like a Sam is in the top, right? Or like they do well or they do something on the episode kind of gives them a little bit more screen time than the other queens, then the fans are upset. And to me, like we weren't upset when Vanjie had a whole bunch of screen time in All Stars 9, and Vanjie comes from Alexis, right? Like, so we're not upset about that drag family, but we're upset about this one. Like,
I just think
I
they
don't
have something
understand,
against Trinity for no reason.
right? But Jules, right? She wants to challenge herself, and so she picks the punk grunge flappers, and that surprised me because I fully thought that she was going to pick Betsy's prom. But I'm so excited for her to challenge herself and go outside the box and pick something that's totally different from her like her natural aesthetic, and I thought that was great. And also, it allowed both Sam and Jules to be on two separate teams, so it doesn't look like, oh, they're always gravitating towards each other because they're in the same drag family. So that was great. But here comes face crack number 2. And I think this one was even bigger than the first face crack because Arietti fully thought her chismosa was going to like
Oh,
pick her. And when she picked Lana, Arietti was like, bitch, what?" She was like,
face cracks are.
the face cracks are cracking. Like the girls are fighting.
It's giving Humpty Dumpty.
The girls are fighting.
The girls are-
The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting. Like, but Jules in her confessional says she chose Lana because Ariety already has a design challenge win.
Mhm.
And I think that is playing the game. Regardless
Yeah,
of your friends or not, that is still playing the game.
that also might have been what the wink was about, honestly.
Could have, right?
Could have.
Like,
I mean, we don't know.
listen, right, it's true. But we see that Arietti is pissed, and she's always pressed, but it's Arietti. And so Lana, she picks Betsy's prom because, according to Lana, she never had the chance to go to prom because of COVID-19. And when that bitch said that, when I tell you I was upset, my prom
Yes,
was in 2007.
girl, I forget how young some of these queens are. I was like, because of COVID. What?
I was upset. I was
That's
pissed.
crazy. I forget
Like,
how young some of these girls are.
she
I feel
said
so
she couldn't go to
old.
prom because of COVID-19. When if you, bitch, if you feel old, I'm somebody's great grandfather.
Ooh, bitch.
Like,
Great, great.
like they gonna call me like what they gonna call me like auntie grandma just like Lexi because I'm 2 years older than Lexi. It's crazy. It's crazy. So right, that made me feel old. Fuck you, Lana. Like for
No,
that because I didn't appreciate
girl.
that. But I'm like you young bitch. Like you
I
young
mean, I
bitch.
feel for her
So like
because,
you.
she got to miss her prom, but fuck you because
Right.
you just
Fuck
aged
you.
us, bitch.
Right. But besides that, then we also see by default Anya and Corey automatically go and they're a part of the Betsy's prom group, which I also thought was funny because the three Black queens on the last day of Black History Month get to be in a group together, which I thought was so fitting and hilarious that Rue was like, oh, so y'all playing race now. Oh, y'all throwing the race card in
I
there.
love, again, I love these unhinged Ru moments where she's not
Yes.
trying to be prim and proper and just says whatever comes to her mind. I need more of that.
Yes. I thought that was great. I love to see the three Black queens together in a group. I thought that was amazing. Speaking of Black queens, make sure you check out our Black Girl Magic episode that we released in honor of Black History Month. It's such a nice episode. I need everybody to go, like, after this episode, that you watch it, go watch the Black Girl Magic episode. It's super cute. It's really just in tribute to the Black drag queen winners of RuPaul's Drag Race. So make sure you show them some love.
And if you
But
don't watch it, you're
again,
racist.
that part. Um, and then what I love that Ru was like, y'all three Black girls. What high school would y'all go to? Would y'all go to? It would probably be Martin Luther King
Not Rosa
Jr.
Parks.
Jules saying,
Rosa
well, not
Parks.
Rosa Parks. When I tell you, Jules is made for television. Jules Sparkles is single-handedly giving season 17 the Emmy with her like moments, her bits.
Yes.
She's good.
I think her and after this episode's on Tucked Sam, like those girls are gonna be the reason Drag Race gets an Emmy.
It's true. It really is. Like
And Anya,
Jules is
honestly,
just
because
and Anya because Anya has some moments between Anya and Lexi that fight, and then Jules saying the trim. Now this, oh gosh, like that between that, her saying piggy piggy piggy, right? Like that's cute. Your jokes aren't funny. Like, and it's not Rosa Parks. Like this is
she's
so
just
like
so
she's so funny.
she's so quick and witty. Like it's just so natural to her. Like I want to
Yes,
kiki with Jules. I want to go out with her. I want to get drunk because I feel like it'd be so fun. I want to watch an
so much
episode
fun.
with her actually, like live. because I feel like her commentary would eat.
Yeah, yeah, yes. She's one that she could just be like a really good like Kiki partner. Like you have to just be around her just because I'm sure she's just like a ball of energy, like so fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, is there anything that you would like to go over through like from the walkthrough of Betsey Johnson or just when the queens are just kind of like getting ready for the runway? Or would you like to
Yes.
just go straight to the runway?
I mean, yes. There's just one thing I want to bring up.
Go ahead.
When they were doing the walkthrough, there was two designs I want to talk about. One, Corey's initial design. I thought that would have been like basic and kind of expected out of Corey. Yes. Do I think it would have been safe? Also, yes. Had she be able to recreate that look that she drew out, I think it would have been a cute look. And her constantly changing it pissed me off. 1 second she's like, I want it long. Next second, I want it short. Like, bitch, make up your mind. This is not the time to be making these stupid decisions. Like, girl, especially with your track record, no. Stick to your gut. The other one, Anya. Like, after the whole walkthrough, the look I was excited for the most was Anya's look because of the bows. But we'll talk about the execution. But that was the look I
Okay.
was most excited for. Like, that was my favorite.
Okay.
On paper, that was my favorite design.
In theory, I thought okay. Okay. But we'll get into it.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, all in all, I think it was a good. I think it was a good walkthrough. Obviously, Betsey Johnson came through. I think Betsey Johnson. I think she said she's like 82 years old.
She
That lady
is.
looks amazing.
I know. I thought Cher looked good for 80s, but like, damn, Betsy. And the fact that the bitch is still splitting,
She could still
girl.
split.
I thought it
Yes,
was funny though
she's
that
really good.
we never saw her get up.
We
Figure
didn't. We
that
didn't see her
out.
get up.
But
They
we're
did
not
cut
gonna
that
talk
out.
about that.
Yes. Right. Okay. So let's now get into the runway. But before we get into the actual looks, I did want to give a special shout out to our guests from last episode. When we recapped the Rusical episode, Corey of the Gardens. We recently went to his event, Slut Bop. Was it Friday? Or Thursday. We went to it on
Thursday.
Thursday. And I thought it was an amazing show, right? I'm sure Jhoany thinks it's an amazing show too.
No, I'm kidding. I was in tears. I was in tears. Like I was
Just such an
I was
amazing
mad at
show.
Corey because he was fucking up my makeup. Girl, he was fucking up my makeup. But in all seriousness, guys, follow him if you're in New York City and you see that he posts that he's doing the show. And if you get the chance to go and watch it, go ahead and do it because it was so fun. Vocals were
Yes.
serving, comedy was there. It is very, very raunchy, so be prepared. Be prepared. We were warned. We were forewarned. We were still gagged. Some of the shit we saw. There's a reason. If you saw in my Instagram, I didn't post a lot of clips because I don't want to get banned from Instagram. But go watch it in person. So funny, so hilarious. Devdo killed it. That bitch was flipping and kicking and twirling and splitting, jumping off the stage. She was giving sex siren. Amazing, amazing. Like 5 out of 5. I have no negative words at all.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Devdo. And if you are not following Devdo, please make sure you follow Devdo. Devdo is one of those drag queens that is a hidden gem. And I say this is because there is such like a power in Devdo. There is natural ability in Devdo. When it comes to performance, it's just natural. She just oozes sex appeal in such like an amazing way, like captivating was
Yeah.
Devdo on that
That bitch,
stage.
that bitch commands the stage. She kind of going back to our Black History Month. She is Black Girl Magic. Like that girl is amazing,
Yes.
and her
And the fact
dry
that she's the
humor.
creative director for the Ali Forney Center, I thought that's also great. So not only is she an amazing performer, an amazing drag queen, just an amazing all around individual, she's also like humanitarian to give back to the trans youth, right? Because they're the most marginalized group currently right now. And I think especially in this administration with all of the hate that is going towards our trans brothers and sisters, the fact that we can have someone like Debdo be a role model, be a creative director for like a center like Ali Forney, I think that's amazing. So yes, y'all need to follow Core of the Gardens, follow Slut Bop because it is a bop. So slut unite, right? Slut pride, because we need to take back the word slut. We should. Even though I am a Christian woman, we need to take back the
You're
word
a whore.
slut.
You're a
Okay?
bigger whore than I am.
They don't have to know that, Jhoany. You do not have to always tell my business on the podcast. And then make sure you follow Deb Doe because that's also one to watch. Maybe we'll have Deb Doe on an episode of No Ma'am. You never know. But
Come on.
she is one. But Deb Doe, you need to come over to Kiki with the besties. But also, what I did want to give Corey a shout out for is he gave me the inspiration for another rating. And if you paid attention to the last episode, you saw me hint the rating. And the new rating is called Soft Ma'am. And so Soft Ma'am, it's a very soft yes, ma'am. It's like a low yes, but it's still a yes nonetheless. There's still elements in there that could be a yes, ma'am, but it doesn't have you screaming yes with like all of the S's. It'll have you just saying yes, ma'am with like one S. So I got the inspiration from Corey, and it's a soft ma'am. And there's a few soft ma'am looks that I would have to say on this episode. There's a few soft ma'am looks. So shout out to Corey for the inspiration because he was like, it's a soft yes. And when he said that, I was like, look at him saying soft, so sultry. And I was like, yes, soft ma'am. I love it. So let us get into the runway. So the first collection was Punk Grunge Flapper. And the first queen up was Jules Sparkles. And listen, baby, when Jules came around that corner and she had that mismatched pattern on top of that purple dress with the studs and the grommets, it was giving very dark lady. It was giving Betsey Johnson in the best way possible. Like that looked like a Betsey Johnson dress, could be directly in a Betsey Johnson fashion show. But I also saw Jules in the dress too. The dress wasn't wearing her. And because, sometimes mismatch can go in the wrong direction. It could be.
But here's the thing: when she
Be a
was
lot.
making that look, and she was going over the furs, she was like, "I don't have enough of this. Which one should I use? I don't have enough of that." I was screaming at my TV, "Use them all, girl! Use them all!" Because that's what Betsey Johnson is. And then when she finally said, "You know what? I'm gonna just use them all," I was like, "Yes, thank you."
Yes. Yes. But this look wasn't over for me. And I kept just saying the whole entire runway, I was like, Jules, you better, bitch. Jules, you fucking better. That's all I kept saying, Jules, you better. That figure wave wig, my God.
Yeah, no, this was an absolute over for me. I love the attention to detail, and I feel like it was such a good balance between that punk and the flapper aesthetic. It was done so well. Like you said, the grommets all over the top of the dress, like the makeup, everything I think was perfect. Such a great balance. And I mean, like even Betsy Johnson said, like, this is the collection. Like this is the
Yeah.
look.
Yes.
Amazing.
She did great. Yeah. So
It's
next
I
up,
mean, we knew she was gonna do good though, because she has not disappointed with design challenges yet.
right. Yes. And you know what? Like obviously from last episode, like she kept saying, I need to win, I need to win, I need to win. And so it's I think it kind of played out correctly in this. So yes. But next up we had Lydia Butthole Collins. And honestly, I have mixed feelings about the look.
No,
And I'm a
ma'am.
little torn about this.
No,
It's a
ma'am.
no ma'am for you?
No,
It
ma'am.
was a soft ma'am. I gave it a soft ma'am.
No, ma'am. I did not like the face kini, which was not really a face kini. It was really poorly done. I hated the fit of the dress. Like disgusting. Like
Mm.
barf. The fit of the dress,
Yeah.
like the way
No.
it like scrunched up here. It was very Lydia. I just didn't like it at all. No, ma'am. Construction was horrible. I'm sorry.
I gave it a soft ma'am. At first, it was a no ma'am because of the ill fitting. Like, I didn't like that. But the more I looked at it, the more I was like, this is very off putting. And it had elements of Betsy in there, which I was like, okay. But then it still had elements of Lydia's aesthetic, which Lydia is very off kilter and kind of throw everything on a dress in the kitchen sink. Like, that's Lydia. And so, because of that, I said yes. I gave it a soft ma'am because I saw the inspiration behind the dress, even though there probably wasn't an inspiration. But I think because there was no inspiration and it kind of turned the corner and became inspiration, I liked it.
Too much
I have
mangoes.
to, it really was. Like it was a clutterfuck of like a lot of shit. She needed to take Coco Chanel's like advice.
Edit.
Before you leave
Take
your
something
house,
off.
take something off. There was a lot. But
That's always Lydia though.
yeah. Yes. This is one time I got Lydia's drag. Isn't that crazy? This is the second time I actually got Lydia's drag.
And she
I went
about to
the
go
whole
home too.
season talking. I've been through a whole season of saying Lydia's drag is not for me and I don't understand it and that's okay. So the last two episodes, like loving Lydia's designs. Like I'm confused.
Calling
So
it now. She's gonna be the next one to go because now that her boyfriend's gone, like, what's she gonna do?
God, there's no storyline. You're actually right.
There's no storyline.
Um,
No shade.
Next up we had Susie too, and no shade. This was a no man for me. I hated this dress.
This was the sauce man for me.
Oh my god, no,
I liked
no.
it. I thought it was cute. I liked what she was going for. I don't think it was the best execution. For me, this was the most like punk out of all the looks that lived for like a punk look. So I don't know. I was kind of living for it a little bit.
I ain't like
Soft
that
man.
fucking wig.
I love the
I
hair.
ain't like that wig.
I love the hair,
I ain't
girl.
like that. I ain't like that wig. I don't know what she was doing with them scarves on her arms. I don't know. This whole look was weird for me, and
So
it was
see,
no.
that's the thing. When it first came around, I'm like, why the fuck does she have that tiny ass scarf on her arm? But then the more I looked at her, I'm like, I don't mind it. I don't know. For me, I did not like it instantly. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, whatever. Susie, didn't expect much from you anyway. But the more I looked at it, girl, like you did, the more I looked at it, I'm like, oh, wait. It grew on me. It grew on me. I liked it.
No, it didn't grow on me. It was herpes, and I didn't want it.
I was about to say it grew on me like a rash, bitch. But it grew.
Like, and it was it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It's like no. All right. So the next group was Betsy's prom, and so the first queen to showcase their look in that group was Corey King.
No fucking ma'am. I'll
Girl,
say it with
you know
say
it's
it from my
you
chest. No
know
fucking ma'am.
you know. Even Corey had to laugh at her dress in her confessional because even she knew that she wasn't able to save this. It
I'm
was
wearing an
not
etiquette
good.
dress that is fabric wrapped around my body. That's what it was. That's what
It
it
really
was giving.
was. You're right. Like shout out to Tia Coffee, but like this dress no, didn't like it. So it was a no ma'am for me. But also, what I did not like was the fact that I could see the breastplate. That shit was bothering me the most out of everything. And maybe it's the edit, maybe it's the edit, maybe it made the cutting floor. I don't know, but maybe Michelle like read her for it, like she did the last time. But I was surprised that Michelle did not say anything about the breastplate.
I mean, they get read for like an hour, so it totally is possible that they just cut it out. But I did not like the length of this. I did not like that you could see that like strap. I thought it like really, really took you out of the illusion. I hated that you could see the breastplate on the side. It was like really uncomfortable. Again, had she stuck to her original design that she drew, which was drawn really well, by the way, I think it would have been a good look. Enough to get her by to the next week.
Yes, it could
This
have been like
was
the black Betsy Boop
this was
or Betty Boop.
atrocious.
That's a Betsy Boop. Betty
Betsy
Boop.
Boop. This was
Betsy
atrocious.
Boop.
I'm sorry. This was horrible. No
It was
fucking ma'am.
bad.
No fucking ma'am.
It was bad. Next up, speaking about another bad look, Anya Nerve. And this was a no ma'am. And I was like, damn. I was beginning to like Anya's looks on the runway for the last couple of episodes. And I'm like, yes, Anya is moving in the right direction. Yes. And then Anya came out with this. And I was like, girl, didn't Betsy tell you in the walkthrough? Like, do other things to hide the fact that you can't sew, child?
And
And
then
you did that? Oh,
those bows, which was the thing I was most excited for. Again, in case y'all forgot, within like the last 15 minutes, this was the look I was most excited for on paper. When I saw it, I was like, yes, like RuPaul said, this is stupid, but I loved it. Uh, those big ass bows that made no sense, but also made perfect sense for a Betsey Johnson runway. And then this bitch comes out in these messy ass tulle bows that look like a fucking kindergartner made them. I was so upset. I
I
was
know how you
like,
feel about the kindergartens.
I was livid. I was livid because like Anya had me so excited for her then to pull out this crap. Full finger fuck you, Anya. Still love you, but full finger fuck you. I'm not done yet. How the fuck? The fact that the dress by itself is so simple, like I don't understand how she did this in the same amount of time that Arietti and Jules did their dress. Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm not like an amazing seamstress by any like I'm not. But I know I can make this in like an hour. Girl, girl. And I get it, because if you look back to the workroom, the bitch was struggling to stick them bows on. Like she was using tape, glue, staples. And I think that's part of why it ended up looking so ugly, because like that dress was going through it, girl. That poor dress was going through it.
Honestly, I'm not going to say, I can't say the dress. The dress is bad. But I think the dress probably would have been better if she executed the bows in this probably the same
That
fabric that the dress was in,
that's
and then
because
use maybe like the tulle to be like the middle piece.
yes, because if you look at the design she drew, the bows were like fabric. Like they were
Yes.
like droopy. And that is Betsey Johnson. Betsey Johnson has used bows like that in her collections, and that would have been amazing. Like to have
Yeah.
those just three huge bows on the dress,
Right.
have the dress
Yeah.
be a little bit longer, and then that big ass bow in the back. I would have loved the look. Probably would have been an over for me. Yeah, just the
Yeah.
execution was not there. I will say her response to the judges of the length of the dress, I was dying. Like
Listen,
them
she's
be,
honest. We love an honest queen.
yeah, them be like, did you run out of fabric? She's like, no, I just don't know my own lengths. I was dying.
Like we love that. We love
Yeah.
a self-aware queen. We love that.
That all that being said though, Anya, I'm still rooting for you. Just don't do the shit to me again.
No. No. Next up, we had Lana Del Rey. And I thought this was a meh, ma'am, right? Because it was very safe. There wasn't anything to cry home about. There wasn't anything for me to be like, oh my God, yes, girl, you ate, yes, queen, yes, love you, house down boots, mama. Right? It was none of that. But it was very safe for Lana to have like an adequate dress. And then what I also put in my notes, I said it was very reminiscent of Jujubee's All Stars 5 look, when she did like kind of like that it's prom dress with the hair to one side. It was very that.
Listen, season 5 of All Stars was a fever dream. I don't
Don't do
remember
that.
shit.
Oh,
I
well,
don't
that was
remember
the
shit.
COVID All Star season, so yes, that's why. But what did you think of Lana's?
It was a soft man for me.
Okay.
I think it was very cute. It's a very cutesy dress. I think it's different for Lana to see her in this fun outfit. I like similar critique to Anya. Those bows were not tea. Like those bows were horrible. But I think because of the fact that they were smaller, they didn't look as
Mm-hmm.
bad as Anya's.
Right.
But I think overall, I like this color on her. I think she looked really cute. It looked like she was having fun. So for me, it's a soft man.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
And then next we had the prenup group. And so the first queen in that group was Ariete. And honestly, this was an over for me. And I say that because Ariete not only took a different approach, she chose a different color than the other queens, and she chose black. Like her dress was really dark. I love that. But yeah, it still had elements. I was still able to find elements of Betsey Johnson in that dress without it actually looking like a Betsey Johnson dress, or just saying and still finding Ariete in that dress. And I think sometimes with design challenges, that's always hard, is
Mhm.
to still make sure you understand the assignment, but also make sure there's elements of you and your aesthetic in that look as well.
I think out of all the girls, she's the one who was able to combine her aesthetic with Betsey Johnson's aesthetic. Betsey Johnson's aesthetic the best. Like you could fully see that this was Ariana through and through. But it looked like she had designed this look for the Betsey Johnson runway. It's a yes man for me. The only reason it's not an over just because it was all black. So I found it hard to make out some of the details. Like had she added some contrast or something, I think it would have been better. It was a really good look, and I'm impressed at the fact again she was able to make this in the same amount of time that some of these other girls were able to make these basic ass dresses. Like Ariana is a seamstress, like through and through. Like she will always come through with the details. It's always perfectly executed, perfectly put together. I just wish there was something on the outfit that would make all those small details stand out a little bit easier. That's it.
No, I get it. Next up we had Sam Star. And this is another over for me too. I
This is
love
Nova.
this look. This look, baby. When I tell you Samantha can fucking sew, Samantha can fucking sew. Like, she
When
was giving me a Dior inspired. Now, that was a Dior inspired skirt. That was good. That was a
thing
good fucking skirt.
think these girls need to stop saying Dior inspired. Love you, Sam. If it's Dior inspired, it should have been bigger.
It should have, yes. I give
That's
you
just
that.
just me. But I do love this look. It wasn't over. I love the contrast between the black and the white. And talk about attention to detail. Like everything was like half black, half white, down to the little bow on her head, half black, half white. Like this is a girl who looks at the entire look, every small detail, and like puts so much effort into all of it and really executes it as a whole. Um, it was very like a virgin, very fun, very easy. It was very different for Sam. And again, it's very nice to see her in this kind of fun spotlight. I thought this was amazing.
Yes. And it was the only dress that was spot on to a Betsey Johnson design. Like, even Betsey had to say, I made that dress. Like, I made a dress that looks just like that, which is great, right? The fact that you can reference, like, the designer and have the same kind of dress, I thought that was great. And you made it in the workroom in the same amount of time that Anya made that fucking dress.
Oh, it's giving Lala Ree all over again with that stupid ass bag dress. Like she fucking
Great.
stuck
Listen,
bags on her on a leotard. That's all she fucking. She didn't even cut them. She didn't do anything to them. She stuck bags on a leotard and called it a fucking day.
she did.
She
She
should have been
did.
sent home for that. Not even lip
Listen.
sync. Just go home. You're wasting my time. Go home.
And then next up, we had Lexi Love. And so this also, I gave it an over. And the reason
Absolutely.
why is because this was a different silhouette than anyone else on the fucking runway. Right, that. And then I think it is because the juxtaposition between this, in theory, looking like a typical wedding dress, because you saw the veil, but then you realize, oh shit, it's not. It's very edgy and rocker chick underneath this veil, and then that rainbow colored hair that she had probably wouldn't have fit another look, but it fit this look. And that fucking bow that she put intentionally right on top of her fucking head was so smart. Because that tied into the ribbons on her legs. It was just so good.
Yeah. So I mean, everything you just said, I agree with. This is the look I was most worried about, based off of last week's preview for this week.
Okay.
When they said it was a Betsey Johnson runway and they just showed like this part of her outfit, I was like, Lexi, what did you do? Like I was
Yeah.
mad because I from the preview I didn't say anything that like screamed Betsey Johnson, but this look was my favorite of the night. I loved it. It was sexy, it was sultry, it was punk, it was stupid. That bow, first of all, the only queen on that runway to execute a bow properly was Lexi
That
Love. Because
part.
even Sam's was a little busted if you zoom in on it. Sorry, Sam. It's still good, but busted. Like that bow was just like perfectly placed, top right on top of her head. That veil, I need that veil. I love that veil. That veil is so good. Again, like girls, this is somebody who used her time appropriately. Those ribbons on her leg looked really sexy. Like you said, that wig worked really well with this
It
look.
did.
It just added
Yes, it
another
did.
element.
Yep.
I loved it. Favorite look of the night. Over.
All right. Okay. Because that was going to be my question. Who was your favorite look of the runway? But I guess I would say which collection you felt was best overall.
Prenup. As a whole.
I
As a
agree.
whole. Prenup.
Yeah. I agree. Yes.
Which, if you had to choose, like if you were there, which one would you have chosen to do?
Prenup. That's very me.
I would have done prom.
That's very you though.
Because I feel like it's the one you can make look the most like a Betsey Johnson look. Like with all the
Yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit safe, but I don't know. That would have been the one I would have gravitated towards.
I probably would have done a black and white bodycon dress, full length with a mermaid, and then probably like a red motorcycle jacket.
Okay, I see that. I think I would have done, I mean, I haven't thought of it really quick. Maybe like just a really short dress, like that kind of flares out, like straight from the chest, with just like a really big bow on top and just accessorize it to the max. Because Betsy Johnson, girl.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just like the juxtaposition between like a bodycon dress that's like really fitted, that's black and white, and like a nice like biker jacket that is different because it gives that little edge to it. And then maybe some like crazy hair, like really like big hair or something, and some really edgy makeup. And obviously the accessories would be really good. Maybe like a nice clutch or something. But it would have give like, bitch, I'm like, this is my third husband, and my other two died, and I got all of their money. Like that's what I would have been giving. So that's why a prenup spoke to me. So it would be similar to what I agree with the prenup collection being the best overall, is because I thought all three of them looked like an actual collection.
Yeah. And I think, especially the way that they were lined up on the runway during the critiques, or like not even during the critiques, but right as they came off. walking, it was Ariete with her all black look. At the other end, it was Lexi with her all white look, and right in the middle was Sam with her black and white look, and that looked fully like a collection.
Yes, but also I like that because Lexi's was so dramatic, she ended the collection.
Yeah,
Right, so when
that
they
was
all did
the
like the long thing, it was like the finale gown. Yeah.
that was the perfect, like anyone who's watched an actual runway, they always save like a big dramatic, like the piece to close the show, and the designer walks at the end. Like this was the perfect finale outfit.
Yeah, Ariete was that look that always comes out, but just kind of gives you a taste of what the collection is all about, right? And then Sam was that look that kind of goes from all black, right? So we probably would saw Ariete with all the black, and then the black looks would have followed that, and then Sam would have had the black and white because now
Hmm.
we're getting into white, and then obviously Lexi would have been ending with the all white look.
Hmm.
And so it looks like, and if you don't know, like I love fashion, so I've been to numerous fashion shows. I know how to put on a fashion show. So if any girls need tips on that, you can holler at your boy because I will help you. So just throw that out there. Creative director over here. Okay. Um, and then my favorites, I had a tie. I loved Sam and Jules, obviously. They were like, to me, I thought they were really great because them bitches know how to fucking sew and they know how to put a garment together for a design challenge. What I would have loved to see Crystal Envy fuck this up because I feel like she would have, and we had a missed opportunity to see Crystal fuck this challenge
I
up.
feel like Crystal would have gone the prenup route, and she would have killed it.
Eight.
She would
She
have
would have
killed it.
ate the girls up. So we had
Yes.
a missed opportunity to see what she would have done. So Crystal, I challenge you to make a fucking dress that's
Yes, please.
inspired by this. Please make one so we can see what you have like would have done if you was on this like the challenge. So like yes,
Yes,
fuck it
please.
out.
And don't come out with no shitty tool balls.
I know we have faith in you, Crystal. We know that you're gonna do really good. And then Lexi came in a close second, right? Like she was, if Jules and Sam were like A, then Lexi would be like 1B. But I loved all three of their looks for different reasons. And so those were my standouts. Prenup was the best collection, like I said. All three looks 8 down. But we see that the top of the week was Jules Sparkles, Ariete, and Lexi Love. And then the bottoms are Lydia Butthole Collins, Corey King, and Anya Nerve.
I also,
Did you agree?
yes, I love, just because you said butthole right now, I love that Rue doesn't even say lit anymore. She just says butthole.
Butthole. Straight up
Just
butthole.
butthole. Butthole. That's it. That's
Butthole.
a name now.
That's
Butthole. That's it.
that's her name. Like she might as well. And if she's smart, she'll rebrand her name to Butthole Collins.
Or just butthole.
Oh, just butthole. Literally, yes. Branding. Girl, take it as a thing. So, what we see based on the critiques, Jules Sparkles is the winner of the challenge, which gives her her first win. We're
Yes,
so
I
excited
mean,
for you, Jules.
it's been a long time coming. Well deserved, girl. Can't wait to see you win more challenges.
I know. Yes.
I need
Yes.
her and Lexi to get another challenge win so we can have five girls with two wins because that will be amazing TV.
Yes, it'll be so good. And then we see that the bottoms are Corey King and Lydia Butthole Collins. You know, honestly, I think we all can agree, right, that Lydia's dress was a step above Anya Nerve. And so if anyone should have been in the bottom, should have been Anya versus Corey King.
Oh, fully.
But this is a TV show. And so they saw the moment to have Lydia and Corey be on the bottom together and they took it. Right. But I think we all can agree that Anya had the worst dress.
Anya had the absolute worst dress. Sorry, girl.
So,
Love you.
yes.
But
It's no
Anya should
shade.
have lip
Like, there's no shade
synced.
there.
Anya
Like,
should have lip
no
synced.
shade, no, like, all shade, like, but there's no shade there. Like, it's facts. Facts are facts. In the words of, more
Facts,
heart.
facts,
Facts are facts,
America.
America. Right. Who told you how to paint? Jesus. Facts are facts.
That is just such a funny moment because it's so stupid. Who
Jesus.
said that?
Like,
Jesus.
I'm saying, you
Girl,
got
Jesus ain't
giraffed.
know how to
I
paint.
got brown
Or
cow.
actually, I guess
I
Jesus did know how
said
to
brown
paint.
cow standing like that. Like that's why. So it
We need
wasn't.
more heart on our TVs.
We do. We really do. But Lydia and Corey, they end up lip syncing to Kiss Me Deadly by Lita Ford. And no shade, I've never heard that song before.
Me neither, but the producers were producing, girl. The producers were producing this episode with all those face cracks. And then this girl, this has got to be the most produced lip sync of Drag Race history. but
Yes.
it was still fun to watch.
It was so fun to watch.
Lydia ate
Speaking of
Corey
that,
up
what
though.
did you think? I was about to ask you, what did you think?
Lydia
You
ate
took the
Corey
words right
up.
out of my mouth. Yes.
Lydia ate the bitch
Yes.
up. I
Yes.
felt like Corey wasn't like this is not the Corey we saw last week.
No, I felt like Corey gave up.
Yeah. And maybe it was because she's like, I'm not sending my little boy toy, my little fleshlight home.
Yeah.
So
She
I don't
called it
know.
her little flashlight. Jhoany.
Okay.
Really? She's more than a butthole, Jhoany.
I'm not according to Rue.
Not her butthole. My gosh.
That kiss, though, again, the producers saw the moment. They knew what song they were going to pick. They were like, y'all are going to make out on the stage. We're not telling you to, but we know we will. You will because of the song we are
Yes.
choosing. And that was not a
Yes.
kiss, girl. They were basically fucking on stage. Some talks came on pop on that runway that night.
Listen, but you gotta give it to Lydia because Lydia was the one that initiated it.
Yeah,
If you look at it, Lydia is the one that went to Corey and grabbed Corey's face first.
yeah.
Like Lydia owned the whole entire lip sync.
I mean,
And
Lydia
so
knows how to do lip sync, girl. We've seen it.
I think all of her white girl isms worked in this lip sync because like all her kooky nicks and her quirks worked in this because
Also,
it was
I mean,
awkward and
it was
weird but
like
also fit.
it was like a rock song, so like it was like a punk song. I also think this was the perfect song for a Betsey Johnson runway. Like
Yes.
I could hear this playing at a Betsey Johnson run.
Yes. Yes. So can too. All right. Well, friends, that's
Obviously,
the end of
Corey
our
was
recap.
eliminated. With
Oh yes. Oh my god. Look at me trying to conclude the episode and not telling the girls that Corey got eliminated. I'm like literally the president of the Corey has got to go like
girl,
club,
it's so
and
sad. It's so
Corey has
sad.
now she has sashayed away, y'all.
Yeah, now there's no more Corey has to go club. That's so sad.
No, there's no more. So
Oh,
unfortunately, the Corey has got to go club has been affected by the Trump administration's DE&I initiative, and we had to roll back our program. And unfortunately, the Corey has got to go club is no longer getting federal
girl,
funding.
girl, not ready for that.
So yeah, it's the last day was February 28th, which just happens to coincide with the last day of Black History Month. So, which will probably be our last Black History Month for the next 3 years. It is what it is. But,
We will still
friends,
celebrate, but you know,
we will. But that was our recap. And you know what? Honestly, we want to hear from you. We want you to tag us with the hashtag #NoMaamQueen. Let us know what you thought of the episode. We want to know who you think is winning season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Joy,
We
I
want to
want
know
to
what
know who
was
you think is gonna win. Shout out
right.
to Joy.
I want to know what you've thought about the season so far. Is it giving you no ma'am? Is it giving you yes ma'am? Is it giving you meh? Is it giving you a little soft ma'am? Like what is it? We want to know. Right. Hashtag no ma'am queen. Tag us in your response, and you may see your responses on our next episode. Trust us, we really want to know. We want to engage. We want to see what this is all about. I think at this point we can formulate some opinions of who we think will win. So we want to hear from y'all. So if you like the laughs, if you like the shade, if we had you say no, ma'am, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a single episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at No Ma'am the Podcast. And if you're listening to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or HeartRadio, make sure you comment, make sure you like, but also rate us 5 stars. In order for us to compete with some of these other Drag Race podcasts, we gotta have stars. Give us stars. Give us stars. And as always, we'll have you saying no,
Will
ma'am, in
tickle
no
your pickle
time.
for stars.
I will not do that. I keep telling y'all that I am a Christian lady. I don't know what the fuck is happening or going on this day, okay? Because that is not what I would do. Jhoany is the one that will tickle all of your fancies, not me. So,
I mean.
bye, y'all. We gotta go.